Hi friends, so the Charlotte and Upper South Carolina real estate market continues to shift as we head into 2025. So that's why today I'm sharing as many key updates and changes that you need to know if you are deciding whether to buy, sell, or invest in 2025. So we're going to look at inventory. We're going to talk about price trends, changes in the market. We're going to talk about what this means for buyers, sellers, and investors. So be sure to stick around until the end because I also want to share a key and really incredible investment opportunity for you or anyone who fits the criteria through one of my partners here in Charlotte. So go ahead and also like this video and subscribe to our channel for as much Carolina living content as you can possibly want. My wife and I post weekly, 2 videos a week on this channel. We post everything from local events happening here in Charlotte. We post market updates monthly. We post community and property tours. So anything and everything you might need for anything Charlotte and Upper South Carolina. So go ahead and do that now. Click the little thumbs up button. And if you don't know me already, my name is James Lanius. My wife is Madeline Lanius. She's not in this video today, but we are both living here in Upper South Carolina, right outside of Charlotte and Fort Mill, South Carolina. And we basically, well, I should say I moved here from the Midwest about 6 years back. And now I help folks like you on their real estate journey as a realtor, real estate agent, real estate advisor, whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in our area. So my wife was born here, so we met here, and she's lived here her whole life, and she showed me the ropes of this area, and now I'm here to show you the ropes of the area. So go ahead and click the description below, and you'll see my phone number, my email, and a link to a private Zoom session with me if you want to go ahead and set up a time to discuss your real estate needs here in the Carolinas. So all that being said, let's go ahead and get started and figure out what is going on in this month in the real estate market in Charlotte and Upper South Carolina. Okay. All right. First thing I want to talk about are home prices. So the median sales price here in Charlotte has increased 4.1% year over year. So that is since January of 2024. So a year ago. And that's at $385,000 right now. I'm looking at my notes. The average sales price has increased 4.2% year over year, which is currently at $476,000 and change. So that's definitely a good sign that home prices are up during the slowest part of the real estate year, which is December, January, during the winter months. So that's awesome. The largest gain in value has been higher in homes as well as in condos and townhomes, partially because there's a lot of new townhomes and condos being built. So that's kind of increased the market on those because there's newer ones and not as many old ones on the market. So that is awesome. I'm going to get through these trees here. They're a little low. Inventory. Now, if you do not know what inventory is, that is essentially the amount of homes that are currently listed on the market. So inventory has grown 24.7% since last year, all the way up to over 8,000 homes, 8,111 to be exact. So that's great. In terms of month supply of homes, and that is currently at 2.3 months, which is up 21.1%. So it is still a seller's market here in Charlotte, meaning sellers have a little bit more leverage than the buyers, meaning you might not have as much opportunity to get in at a lower price if you're a buyer, but there's still opportunities. So yeah. Now, current state of the market continuing. The current days on market is at 50 days. So that is the longest days on market it's been in quite some time. That is up almost 50% at 42.9% year over year since last year, a year ago, which is crazy. So days on market has increased a ton. Higher priced homes, meaning homes listed for over 500,000 are moving a little bit faster. So they have a little bit more demand. There's a lot more homes currently for 300 to 400,000. So that's why. Now, another thing I want to mention is the current listing and sales activity here in Charlotte, greater Charlotte region. New listings are currently up 1.5% since a year ago. So that's at 2,651. Pending sales are currently up 11.8%. So 11.8% more homes are under contract than a year ago, which is a good sign that the market is still strong, since this is probably one of the slowest times of the year for selling a home here in Charlotte or any area really. Closed sales are up to 3,185, which is great. That's up 13.1%, meaning the market is still super strong because homes are still closing, even though it's winter. So, and more closing than last winter. So that's awesome. So yeah, Once again, I've mentioned this before in past market updates if you've been a part of it. I'm going to go ahead and explain it a little bit so you understand. For those that don't know, affordability index is what I want to talk about. This is essentially an index saying how affordable an area or region is. So current housing affordability index is at 88. Now that's down 6.4% since a year ago. So that's not a great sign in terms of affordability. It means, homes and prices are currently 6% lower in affordability than last year, which is a little bit tough, but there's still opportunities. Pretty much the same as the last few months is 88. I think it changed. It went to 89 maybe 2 months ago, but it's pretty similar to what it's been at. So definitely something to look at and think about. It was 94 a year ago, so we see that affordability has gone down even a little bit since then. And yeah, this index basically compares the average annual income in a region with the average home value in a region. And it says based on that, how affordable is a region. And 100 is pretty affordable. Did crack 200 back in, I think, 2013. So it definitely can go way higher than 100, which means you can basically afford twice as much as the average home price, which is great for the average income. All right, friends, so next thing we want to look at are market trends and comparisons. So currently, suburban areas like Rock Hill, Fort Mill, Belmont maintain a lot of strong demand. These are super popular areas around Charlotte. Those are both in South Carolina, of course. But townhomes and condos are increasing in popularity. There's higher inventory in both of those because, like I said earlier, so many new townhome and condo communities are going up here in the Charlotte area. So that's a good sign. Now, luxury market, like I said a little bit ago, that is going up over 500,000. This is driven by relocations and stable demand, so definitely a good market to be in. There's opportunities there. It is a little bit slower right now because of the season. Always slows down in the winter months, so that's pretty typical. Now, this next topic I want to talk about is something that I get asked all the time. And I'll go ahead and say right ahead of time, I do not have an exact idea what mortgage rates are at. In fact, no one does. No one knows exactly where mortgage rates are at, but we can get a pretty good idea based on current trends, based on what the experts are saying, forecasts and all that good stuff. So the current state of mortgage rates is what I want to talk about now. So 30-year fixed rate, according to the Freddie Mac website, is at 6.93%. That was of today. It's probably going to change. Every day it does. The 15-year fixed rate is currently at 6.14%. So that's up slightly from, I'd say, last month's rates, but it's not insanely high. Overall, I think the average over the 50 years that Freddie Mac has been tracking interest rates. So the average rate overall since Freddie Mac has been keeping track of interest rates is 7.37%. So we're still under that for a 30-year fixed mortgage. Now, in the past 10 to 20 years, we are slightly higher than historic trends in the past 10, 20 years in terms of rates. The average is closer to like 4 or 5%. So yeah, recent years, we are a bit high, but totality in the last 50 years, we're at about average, a little lower than average. Now, one piece of advice I would give to you if you're shopping around for mortgage rates, you're not sure what to do, is to not just go to your bank. I say this not to discourage going to your bank because they will give you normally a mortgage package, a rate package, but they usually have 1, 2, or 3 loan packages that they offer. Whereas if you go to a mortgage broker, which I can recommend, some great ones here in Charlotte, they will shop around for you for the best rate among 100 plus lenders. So definitely a better opportunity to get in at a good rate if you're able to work with a mortgage broker. So yeah. Now, in terms of rate forecast, I read several articles and looking at Forbes. Forbes is the website I was trying to remember. They predict that if unemployment were to rise sharply in 2025, that could prompt the Fed to cut the rates a bit in response to recession risks and therefore drive mortgage costs down. And that's not a guarantee, that's their potential projection. But it does seem that the Fed does want to cut rates. So all in all, in terms of mortgage rates, drastic changes are not expected this year, according to the experts and Forbes. But you may see a slight decline in interest rates. We'll see what happens. Don't hold your breath. But at the same time, what I always tell folks is you date the rate, you marry the home. So if you find a home you're in love with, if you find a home that you can't afford, which a mortgage broker or a lender can tell you, then I would go ahead and move forward regardless of the rate, as long as financially you can afford it. And if rates go down, you can refinance. There's a lot of different ways you can go about it. So definitely do not hold off on buying your dream home just because of the interest rates. That's all I'll say about that. Okay, now I want to go ahead and talk about the pros of the market currently. So first of all, one pro for buyers: inventory growth, which is what's happening right now. There's more homes on the market, more homes getting to the market. That equals better selection for buyers. So if you're looking for your dream home, you're going to have more options now than you would have, I don't know, let's say a year ago when inventory was lower, especially in terms of folks getting into the market looking for a condo or a townhome, because there's a ton more of those right on the market because of all these new build communities. Okay, another pro for buyers is the increased days on market. Now, why do you think that might be? Why do you think that would be a pro of, being a buyer and you have a longer days on market? Of course, you have more leverage when negotiating. So if you're negotiating with a seller and their property's been on the market 100 days, you're going to have more leverage than if a seller's at the market. So some pros of the market for sellers is that median prices are continuing to rise, ensuring that there are favorable selling conditions and ensuring that you're going to get a good price for your home. Another pro for sellers is that suburban homes remain highly sought after, meaning if you have one, particularly in family-friendly areas, you're in good shape. A lot of folks are looking for this type of property. So last pro is that properly priced, move-in ready homes are ready to sell and they're selling quickly. So definitely take that as a bonus if your home is pretty updated, or if you plan to update it before you sell it. So that's a good sign, and that's a pro for sellers. Now, I want to go ahead and talk about the cons of the market before I talk about, lastly, opportunities. So cons of the market for everyone, essentially, is that housing affordability index, like I talked about, is still at 88, meaning that a lot of folks are struggling to buy a home still, especially first-time home buyers trying to get into the market. And the rising prices, the rising home values, although good for homeowners, are really making it tough for a lot of current renters that are looking to buy a home. And also mortgage rates being a little bit higher than recent years is also making it tough for a lot of buyers to be able to afford a home. So another potential con for some folks is that there's a slower pace for selling a mid-tier home, such as those in the $300,000 to $400,000 price range. We're seeing a longer time on market. Last potential con of the current market is that low inventory means that homes under 200,000 are super scarce. So for homes under 200,000, the year-over-year availability for these has decreased actually 15.8%. So that means that homes that are under 200,000, there are 15.8% less than them on the market currently, which is obviously pretty downer for those looking for a first home, especially if you can only afford something under 200,000. So next, I want to talk about the Southeast being one of the most sought after regions in the country. It actually arguably is one of the most sought out regions in the country. And Southeast includes, of course, Charlotte, Atlanta, includes parts of Florida, as well as parts of North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia. So this is a super strong market. More folks are moving here than anywhere else in the country. Charlotte's, I think, the 12th most moved to and popular growing destination in the Southeast and in the country. So definitely one of the best opportunities for an investment property in the country, right here in Charlotte in this area. So that is great. All right, and to continue on that, Charlotte's real estate market is projected to experience significant growth. I mean, home sales are expected to rise between 13.5 and 27.1%. Now this outpaces the national average, which is at 1.5% by 10, 12, 13% or more. So that's a great sign that the market is growing. Definitely great for investments all around. Next, and lastly, second to lastly, I want to talk about opportunities for first-time home buyers. So like I said in the past, there are tons of great loan programs if you find the right mortgage broker for first-time home buyers. There's also townhomes and condos, which are a slightly lower value, great opportunity to get a newer home for less than you would if you bought a single family home with some acreage. So yeah, like I said before, if you do buy a home that maybe isn't quite the single family home on an acre of land with 3 beds and 2 baths or bigger that you want, then there is always an opportunity to get in at a condo or a townhome, let it appreciate a year or two, and then you go ahead and take out a HELOC or something and you buy a bigger home. And you also get the chance to go ahead and build your investment portfolio for 15, 20 years, and eventually perhaps even replace your 9-to-5 job. So, and that's all being said if you start with a condo or townhome. So it's possible, folks. And so there's still a lot of great opportunities for first-time home buyers, folks getting into the market, and I'm happy to help with that however I can. So now I want to share about an investment opportunity actually through one of my partners in Charlotte. So one of my partners here, he was in finance and banking with Bank of America for a ton of years before he jumped into the real estate industry as an agent, a realtor like myself. And he's been licensed since 2016. And in 2016, he built an investment group, and his investment group has grown to, I think, 22 portfolios with over 530 homes. So he essentially works with these investors and investment groups to buy properties, to grow their portfolio, and essentially build a real estate portfolio that eventually replaces their 9-to-5 job so that they can retire early, et cetera, et cetera. This is an amazing opportunity. If you do have questions about something like this, or if you're interested in something like this, let me know. Really, the only cost he and I have doing this is that you use us to help buy or sell a home for you, aka, get a real estate commission if you do choose to continue with this real estate portfolio. So definitely an amazing opportunity for investments. It's a model he's been doing for, almost 10 years. And it's been amazing. You have some folks that have bought and sold over 100 houses that have made significant money through appreciation, refinancing, using a HELOC, pulling out money at the right times, et cetera, et cetera. So definitely a great investment opportunity. Let me know if you are interested in that. Go ahead and shoot me an email via my email in the description below, or you can give me a call or shoot me a text on my cell phone number also there, or set up a Zoom consultation and we can talk about it. So that is it, folks. Now, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. All in all, like I said, inventory is up. Prices remain steady and opportunities do abound for all the folks, including buyers, sellers, investors, and first-time home buyers. All right, folks, and all in all, I truly hope this helps you better understand the real estate market here in Charlotte and Upper South Carolina. And if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and click that little thumbs up button at the bottom right of the screen, as well as subscribe to our channel. A lot of folks watch and don't subscribe, and it's really easy. You just push the subscribe button. You're not tied into some weird contract. If you do, that just helps us grow as a channel. It helps you to put more of our content out there for folks to see, for us to help. So please do that. That would mean a ton for our family. Lastly, please go ahead, like I said, and take a picture of the description below with my contact info. If you have any real estate needs, go ahead and reach out anytime. We're happy to help. And we'd love to give you a hand in your real estate journey here in the Carolinas. I get calls, texts, and emails from folks all the time like you looking to buy, sell, or invest in our market. So you're not alone, and we'd love to help you however we can. So that's it. I hope you have a great day. Thank you for joining us, and we hope to talk to you soon.